a game of Dominion here. What does this game of Dominion have in it? This game of Dominion has in it, I'm gonna say mostly laboratory. There's also Prince Horse from Cavalry, so you can certainly get your draw done. Maybe not just purely laboratory. How are we gonna start? I think we're gonna start probably search Cavalry. There's not really, I guess, that much incentive to be like hitting big numbers early. Especially like you can potentially continue a Hamlet, continue a Crossroads if you need to be playing both, which probably you don't really need to be doing. And then having all the loot seems like a really good thing to have in your life. So yeah, I think we're going to start off with a search. And then I'm not less sure about this 4. We might even just take another search, right? There's not really any numbers that we're trying really hard to hit, so, and I don't think our deck pace improves with like Cavalry or whatever. So I think we're just going to take another search. Okay, they collide. That's depressing, but oh well. We could actually like continue something. Like if we continue a guide, that could almost end up paying for itself, right? Like draws a copper, and then we can potentially just like go over on the next hand. Yeah, like that plan. I wonder if Hamlet's a little bit better. Anyways, we're mostly paying it off. And this can be another search for us. I don't think there's anything in there that we'd really like that much. And I do think having lots of loot, because you can like, throw in the cavalries once you have the loot is valuable. Throw in cavalry, you can continue to play the cavalries. It's probably where it's going to be at. Guide here. Search. Do we just want a lab? Possibly. Yeah, I think a lab is fine. We don't really have like that much power in our deck yet, but it seems mostly okay. It's in here. Lab, search. I should plausibly could continue one here. Let's just do that. Be able to get another. I should end up getting first loot option. We're gonna continue search again here. Have what, 5 of them out? That's pretty good. Like if you pop, I can guide this and be into the loot. I guess there's some concern that like I would not be able to hit enough to reach cavalry, but oh well. If that happens, right? Otherwise I'll pretty happily, I think just continue a search here. And next turn looks pretty okay. I mean, I have the lab in there. We're going to have all the loot. And I want to call guide here. Yeah, I guess I want to call guide here. Then maybe not play this lab. No, we're playing the lab. I shouldn't have called the guide. That's my conclusion. But like, I have now a deck that's full of loot, and I have more than you do. What did it end up being? It ended up being Sextant, Staff, Amphora, Figurehead, Prize Goat. I am quite happy with that outcome. Whereas you got Jewels, Staff, and Sword. This will be a turn of paying off debt, and then we're going to go into the cavalries. Yeah, I'm not thrilled with that, but oh well. The reason I'm not entirely thrilled with it is because it means that I'm going to have to play the staff and won't necessarily be able to play the cavalry at the end of stuff, but it's okay. Discard that. Lab on top. I guess we weren't going to anyways. We're just going to kind of draw into this stuff. Coins, prize goat. We have another loot, don't we? Like if I buy cavalry here, we get at least 3 coins back. Yeah. Oh, no, it's just a guide. Well, maybe I stop here and then take something like Lab Crossroads then. Yeah. That was a miscalculation. No, the other loot's sitting right there, but we have figureheads, so I think it's all good. Hold the estate. I think his cavalry should pile. I don't know how soon. You have a lot more draw, which is definitely a concern. Okay, that was nice. This has been very nice, actually. We trash copper over other stuff, I suppose so. Top deck 2 horses, beautiful. By double lab or lab crossroads or what exactly? Another thing I can consider doing is pulling a cauldron in, with the idea that although I have these cavalries, I can probably get the cauldron out before we're too deep into horse gaining. Kind of like that plan. We'll go Cauldron, Crossroads, Ghost Town, something like that. I don't know how much good this guide's going to do with me having the cavalries plus, but oh well. Well, there's your turn. My hope is that the cauldron just is it's supposed to be a points producer. It's really what its purpose is. Yikes. Do I keep buying cavalries to try to get the turn going, or do I say that this is enough and just play the figurehead and be happy? Maybe take a duchy or something. We have another crossroads in there. Let's do it this way. Just take duchy, estate even. I don't know how much I think I'm actually drawing. Hamlet if we want a little bit more buy in the deck. Crossroads would be if we're looking at a bit more draw. Well, whether I guide this will kind of depend on whether cavalry gets piled or not. Could end up going either way. Cavalry gets piled, I'm in, maybe in a little bit of a world of hurt. I'm not sure if I would take figurehead first. I'm trying to think with the crossroads, what happens exactly? We can still do mid-turn stuff because of continue. It's just a lot more expensive, right? We'll probably guide it anyways. There's a Crossroads in there. There's like 2 labs. Yeah, okay. I've convinced myself that I want to guide this. Even a Cauldron. Maybe a province? Alright. I think I can probably win this turn. We'll see. Maybe a little bit ambitious, but only one way to find out. Alright. So, we're going to buy that cavalry right now. Search, sure. Cauldron, sure. Cavalry, sure. Okay. Do I need to buy here? Like, am I trying to pile estates? Plausibly. What should I discard? Ghost Town? We're up to 7 buys? We also don't have anywhere close to enough to pile estates. We could maybe pile Crossroads plus Duchy. Let's see if that's something that's viable here. That's a mess of horses, so I'm like good either way. What does that require? That requires 15 coins. How much do I have? 14 coins. I guess we could also continue a Crossroads. How much money does that actually produce, though? Not a whole lot, right? I mean, there's a prize goat and 3 coppers in there. So that's 6, so that doesn't actually help at all. We're actually have a couple extra buys. So like, if we go copper, we can buy a copper or 2, continue the Crossroads. I think this works. Buy like 2 coppers, continue Crossroads. There's another goat in there. I just want to make sure, like, if this doesn't work, I don't, like, totally blow it. Don't trash. And there's 13, which is enough for 4 Crossroads, a Duchy, and I can't continue. Why can't I continue? Oh, once per turn. Whoops. I need to not be gaining 4 Crossroads, because continue only works once per turn. I guess we're going to do this as the best defense we can, although this next turn may not be so pretty. Look, we learned something about continue today. It only works once per turn. Whoops! And I couldn't be putting more copper in there, I don't think. Plausibly you can just pile Crossroads and, I don't know, get enough points somehow. I'm not exactly sure if that'll work, but I suppose we'll find out. I probably just straight up don't have a turn. Is the bigger issue at hand. We'll see how much you can score here. Possibly quite a bit. And you don't only have 4 loots. You have 4 loots, 7 coppers. So it only gets you up to, what, like 19 points? It's not the end of the world quite yet. And, I mean, I still haven't done my draw. Discarding a copper. Did not enjoy finding that little fact about continue out the hard way. Okay, so the wind's certainly not gonna be there. It's just a matter of now what happens on my end, and like how good are you set up? You have a ton of forces on top, and I have like none in deck. But other than that, we're okay. Alright, if I just play both of these cavalries, where are we at? This is 1, 2, up to 3 buys, so that's not cutting it. I guess we're just playing both of these cavalries and taking a province estate. Province estate is actually a good move because it means I can't get estate piled out on. Right? Yeah. And hopefully this turn will work a little bit better. And you had 4 horses on top. I mean, you had a bunch of horses in deck. It's not like we expect you to fail at all. It's just a matter of like what can you do from there. You only have 19 coins of payload, so it's you do have to draw pretty well. You can potentially add that if you get to continue a Crossroads. Man, why does continue say once per turn? That's terrible. It'd be so much cooler if it weren't once per turn. Obviously, the thing should be in the fashion which most likely wins me games, which in this case meant that it should have said not once per turn. Whereas potentially in other games it really should have said once per turn, because yeah, continue a Hamlet. I don't know what that's supposed to do. Like, that doesn't get you. I mean, I guess it keeps your turn going, but it like doesn't produce enough money to be points competitive, which means now I potentially could just pile Crossroads on you. Like, I think you had to do something else there, namely get points. Who knows how good the turn would have been. This looks entirely winning. I'm just not going to really count things out. Don't trash. Okay, yeah, I mean, it would have been great to have been able to win that one turn when I set up to do it, but the province duchy, I guess, ended up being good enough, much to my dismay. And aside from that, I think just getting, I was first player, I was able to get more searches out there, and that just gave me this pretty substantial payload advantage. Like, we look at this, if it's the loot plus the coppers, I have 6 more coins, and then somehow I added 2 more randomly at some point for some completely unknown reason, and that just ended up making it such that I was able to get the things when I needed to get them, and yeah, so see you all.